Hey, this is Chris.
And I'm Fraser, and you're listening to
Ramble,
Record.
Repeat. So weird to think we started a podcast and we're done 51. This is 51 episodes.
I know, right?
Like, we took a little bit of a break there a couple times.
times. To be fair, I have stated this now longer than Party Play.
Really?
Party Play has more content.
Yeah.
Because I was doing like 2 to 3, depending on what I was doing, between 2 to 4 videos a week.
Yeah.
Like gameplay stuff. But I only did that for like a year because I was just so, again, I was the only one doing the editing. I was the only one, and like videos are so much more labor intensive editing than obviously audio stuff. So I was doing that for almost the same amount of time in terms of if you put the work in, but it did not go as long. If I did that for 5 years, I would be like hating it so much.
I thought you did it a lot longer. I really did.
No, and then I switched to PPG, and then I only did like vlogs, and that still I would do a video and it would take me like 2 weeks to put it out because I'm very anal about how the editing turns out and how it looks. I don't want to just put anything out there. Like, even like we took 5 months off so I could do a new intro for the podcast, right?
That's exactly right.
That's exactly what happened.
So
raspberry boobly.
Oh, I just got regular plain water today.
Oh, so good. So good. So
bubbly.
I'm proud to say that I believe we did Retro Pixels challenge properly this time, or I did it at least properly.
Yeah, I think I did it properly too. We challenged each other after the last episode to pick. Well, I picked a movie for you. You picked a movie for me.
Well, no, you gave me 3, and then you gave.
Well, I said, pick a number between 1, 2, and 3. I had 3 choices.
Tommy Boy,
which I thought I had given you Happy Gilmore, but
I went back and I listened to it, and it was Tommy Boy.
Yep, I did remember that you gave me Jurassic Park, though.
Yeah, Geriatric Park.
Geriatric Park. That was actually in Naked Gun 33 and a third, I think it was. The Final Insult. They make a spoof of Geriatric Park.
That's everywhere. Geriatric Park. That's the 37A. For those of you that are in Toronto, Geriatric Park is the 37A bus that goes to Woodbine Casino. Woodbine Racetrack and Casino.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The amount of mobility devices I see on that route is more than I would like to admit. One time I had 6 mobility devices on my bus, and I'm talking,
really?
Yes, I'm talking like the scooters and walkers.
Oh wow!
Hello, James. We got an evening. I'm in the car, so I won't be typing past this, but look forward to the chat.
So James, this is perfect that James happens to be listening because we're legit doing his challenge.
Yeah, and you know what? I enjoyed it so much that I would love to make this like an ongoing thing where we pick movies. Or like something, or even like I'd be fine with like doing like TV shows too once we get to a certain point with movies. But now that James is here, do you want to just do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I think we should.
So Chris, you gave me Tommy Boy and I gave you Jurassic Park. I went first last time.
Okay.
Can you go first this time?
I can certainly go first. Do you have a particular order you would like me to do the characters?
Order of appearance. No.
I would, but I don't know the order of appearance.
I'm cool. I'm cool with anything really. Like
okay. I can just go
because I gave you the list. It's like the 3 doctors, the side, like Hammond,
John Hammond, the
kids, and then a raptor.
Oh, I didn't do the raptor, but I did.
Said a raptor.
I might be able to pull one out of my butt, but I
want to see what actor you're going to do for a dinosaur.
I did Dennis Nerdy and Ray Arnold, which is Wayne Knight and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I'm fine with those two.
I did those two.
Or as my son calls them, Deinosauruses.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm excited. All right, so this is Chris's Jurassic Park. Wild and outrageous.
You got to do the song.
Okay, so for the first change for Dr. Alan Grant, which was played by Sam Neill in the original, my pick to play that is Simon Pegg.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Simon Pegg could pull it off and be funny and serious. Like, I don't know. I just think it would work. I like Simon Pegg. He's good.
Remember, this is not dream casting.
I know. This is just, I think he could play it silly, outrageously. I think it would be good. And then when you see the other people I have in here, I think it'll work.
Okay.
So for Dr. Ellie Sattler, which was played by Laura Dern, I picked Kate McKinnon.
Okay, I can see that.
SNL, Kate McKinnon. She's she fits that role, I think. But I think she could be.
She would be awkward. She would be a little more awkward than Lauren would. Lauren was, right? Like she'd be that like I remember her in the Ghostbusters movie, and she was my favorite part in that whole Ghostbusters movie.
Well, yeah, that awkwardness to her. You could see that transition. Yeah. For Dr. Ian Malcolm, which was played famously by Jeff Goldblum, so this is some big shoes to fill. I picked a man crush that I have. And
yes, I will play that character.
I think this guy can play pretty much any role, and I'd like to see what he can do with Dr. Ian Malcolm. I picked Sam Rockwell.
I love Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell is like way up there for me as one of my favorite actors. I just, everything he does, I love.
I like Sam Rockwell as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Very, very much so.
Doctor, or not, I don't think he's doctor, but John Hammond.
I think he's not a doctor. He's just like
he's just
like a rich man
money,
who likes to invest in things.
Yeah. So that was played by Richard Attenborough, and of course everybody knows that voice.
Yeah.
So to play him, I picked Morgan Freeman.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool too. I'd be fine with that.
Can you not hear Morgan Freeman saying the "Welcome to Jurassic Park"? But in Morgan Freeman
when he does the prick on the finger, ow!
Yes,
that hurt.
Yeah,
that'd be good. That was that was a terrible impression of whatever that was, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my notes, I just wrote down girl and boy because in reality, does anybody remember what the kids' names are from the movie without looking them up? I have them written down.
Jeff and Phil.
No, it was actually Lex and Tim.
Tim, I remembered vaguely. I did not know the girl's name.
So I think I get really weird here, but anyway, sort of weird, I guess.
How is that different?
So for the girl, I picked Zendaya, and for the boy, I picked Tom Holland.
Oh, so you went with like boyfriend and girlfriend,
but they're brother and sister. Yeah, they're also a little bit older, so
yeah. But I think they would be good.
Yeah, I think it would be
I think Tom Holland could act the shit out of those dinosaurs.
Well, that scene, both those kids do some good like overacting, like the scene with the raptor where they're hiding from it and stuff.
Just on the fence too.
Yes, when they're trying to climb the fence and yeah. Okay. So for Dennis Neardy, who was played famous by Wayne Knight, aka Newman. Tie back to my Alan Grant, I picked Nick Frost.
Okay. Just having that little buddy moment together.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah. Although my original pick was Jack Black, but I switched it for Nick Frost because I picked Simon Pegg. So
yeah. They just have that chemistry together.
Yeah.
For the limited, I don't even think those two.
Actually, they might not even share a single scene. Yeah, I don't
think they do.
And then I don't know why I picked this one, but I did. Well, maybe I do know why. So for Ray Arnold, that's the character's name, was just Samuel L. Jackson, the computer guy. I picked David Herman. He was in Mad TV, and he was the guy that you would remember from Office Space with the glasses.
Okay.
You don't remember him?
Yeah,
PC Load Letter. What the fuck does that mean? That guy?
Yeah.
He's a very nerdy looking guy, and I could just, I don't know, I could see him playing that role.
Yeah, I could totally see that too.
Because of the Office Space-ness where he like flips out and gets mad and stuff, and that's kind of what that character does.
Can you see him going, hold on to your butts?
Yeah.
Hold on to your butts.
I could. 100% I could. And then you said I needed to do a raptor.
Yeah, I wanted a raptor. It's a Jurassic Park movie. I wanted a dinosaur.
Okay, I got a dinosaur for you.
Who?
Chris Pratt.
Chris
Pratt's my raptor.
I thought you were gonna say Barney or something like that. I would have been like, boo!
No, they're gonna put Chris Pratt in a raptor
In a dinosaur
outfit, dinosaur costume, and he'd be just like,
I'd be fine with this.
Yeah,
I would be fine with this.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
I like
so
your
that
casting.
that is Chris's Jurassic Park.
Chris's Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Well, then you gave me 3, and I picked number 2. I went right down the middle, and I got Tommy Boy, and you told me to do Tommy, Richard, his dad, which his name is Big Tom, Beverly, which is the girlfriend, Rob Lowe's character Paul, and Michelle, his girlfriend, and Tommy's
girlfriend. Yeah,
I threw in Zelensky.
Yes, because that's
Dan Aykroyd. Yeah. He's a huge part. And you said a kid at the lake, but there's 3 kids at the lake.
Yep.
So I did all 3 kids.
Okay.
So for Tommy, which is played by Chris Farley, I did Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh,
only because I remember he was in the Mission Impossible movie, and he had that moment where he got mad and angry and psychotic, and I just remember like Chris Farley on the boat, listen kids, and I'm like, oh man, I would love to see Philip Seymour Hoffman, because like that would be terrifying. It wouldn't be like Chris Farley being funny.
Yeah.
I actually would be scared for these kids, and I just thought he would be like almost that creepy funny.
Okay.
You know, like I think he would be he had almost had the hair. Wasn't as big as Farley.
No.
But I just thought he'd be a cool fit. Okay. And then for Richard, which is played by David Spade, I went the complete opposite end of the spectrum. I didn't go for like small, lanky. I went Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right? With the toupee too, because he was wearing a rug in the movie.
Rug,
so
yeah.
Big Arnold with the toupee scene, like
driving in that little car.
In the little car, I just think that'd be hilarious. Like I flipped it, where like Philip Seymour Hoffman's the more serious guy, and then Arnold would be more like the comedic, just because of his size. It'd be more of a physical comedy.
Yeah.
But it'd still be weird because like Arnold's English was so bad earlier on too.
Oh
so
yeah, horrible. Yeah.
So it'd be like that. For Big Tom, which was played by Brian Dennehy, I did Anthony Hopkins.
Okay. Although that would be Schwarzenegger's dad. That would be kind of weird. Oh no, sorry.
No, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah, because I kind of like the similar facial structures, kind of like that. But I also thought he's just creepy.
Yeah.
Like, but he also was in Red 2, and he played kind of an eccentric person in Red 2. So I'm like, maybe it'll work. But I just kind of liked the idea of him because he was like Brian Dennehy was never like, he was in it, but he wasn't like.
Oh, he was only in the first like 20
He was more of like a plot point
whatever.
than anything else. Like it was more of like a memory, right?
Yeah.
Beverly, sweet Beverly, which was played by Bo Derek.
Bo Derek, yep.
I did Rosie Perez. Just because I want someone to say something and go, why are you so stupid? Chris almost spit out his water. I got him on that one.
That was good.
I did Rosie Perez for Bo Derek.
Yep.
Now for Paul, which is played by Rob Lowe, which in The Scam, it's mother and son, but they're actually boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife.
Yeah.
I did Nicolas Cage.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they were together in that movie, and it could happen to you, right? When he wins the lottery.
And, yeah. That's right. She was,
and
they
were married,
dating, right?
But then he gave the money because he promised the waitress half the money. So I'm like, we'll just throw those guys in there. And I'm like, Nicolas Cage back in the day was a heartthrob. So like, you throw them back. Because I'm also doing like not recent. I'm doing like them previous.
Yeah.
So when they're younger, I think they'd be good together. They already have that chemistry where they've been together. And Nicolas Cage would just be a funny Rob Lowe. Like,
I almost put Cage in my Jurassic Park, but I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he'd be a funny Rob Lowe. For Zelensky, played by Dan Aykroyd, I did this character or the actor because he's kind of like a side character, like a side actor, like supporting a lot of things. But he was I just started watching the Fallout show, and he plays one of the characters in the Fallout show, and is Walton Goggins or Goggins.
Oh, Walter Goggins is so good. I love him.
I know.
He's another like man crush guy.
So I think he would be a great Zelensky because he was in Community where he played the lie detector guy in that one episode where Chevy Chase's character died, and he was so deadpan serious, and then he switched, and I'm like, I could see him being Zelensky because Zelensky does those moments where he's just like super serious, and then he like switches like that. I think he'd be really good. He wouldn't have that Brooklyn-esque accent that Dan Aykroyd threw on in the movie, but I think it would be a good fit. For Michelle, which is played by Julie Warner, which is Tommy's girlfriend, I did Joan Cusack, but younger.
Okay, yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to go for like an exact like who I think
No,
would be
of course
good.
not. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of someone that would balance Philip Seymour Hoffman, and it's not necessarily because she's also more of a straight edge character. And if I pick Joan Cusack, she might play a little more weird.
She
little
can
over the
play
top.
weird, yeah.
So I'm trying to play off of Philip Seymour Hoffman being a little more serious with two main serious people like Richard and now Michelle being the more comedic.
Yeah.
Again, Philip Seymour Hoffman, when he yells, he's going to be terrifying. And then I did for the 3 kids at the lake. So Kid at the Lake 1 was this George Kinamis. Again, actually, all 3 kids at the lake are Toronto or Canadian actors.
I just know the one. I know the one that does most of the talking. I recognize him from some Canadian TV shows.
So George Kinamis, if I'm saying his name wrong, tough shit. I picked 3 people that kind of took over the role for the generations of the role that Chris Farley was, like the fat or heavier set physical comedy kind of person. So these are the 3 that I picked. So the first one is Jack Black.
Yep.
So Jack Black is one of the kids. Then for Kid at the Lake 2, Dov Tefferback, I did Kevin James.
Yeah.
Because he actually replaced Farley because even Grown Ups was supposed to be Farley.
Yeah.
And then for Kid 3 at the Lake, Mark Zador, I did Jonah Hill, but when Jonah Hill was fat.
Okay.
Because I could also see Jonah Hill really heckling the shit.
Oh, yeah.
He would probably be the best heckler of the 3.
Yeah. Yeah, he would. Yeah.
And can you imagine that? Like, and then Philip Seymour Hoffman losing it on him. You know, I had the hardest time finding Rob Lowe's character's name.
Really?
Tommy Boy, because he's not credited in the movie.
He isn't?
No, because he was already contractually obligated to another movie. So he did this as a favor to Chris Farley.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
The more you know.
He was in what was it? Who was the actor? Who was the Jesus. What was his name? Tommy Boy. If you click it, it'll actually say.
Oh, I didn't know that Bonnie Turner and Terry Turner were the writers for it.
Why is Rob Lowe? Yeah, so he was already obligated to another movie, so he just came in for a couple times just to. It's not showing me the name of the movie anymore. So so a Stephen King movie, The Stand.
Oh, okay.
So that's what he was doing. So he couldn't technically, I guess, like contract wise, he couldn't be credited, but he did the movie anyway.
Oh, just he wanted to be in it. I get it.
He was friends with Farley and Spade, right?
Yes.
I think everybody was friends with Farley.
Oh, for sure. Who wouldn't have been?
I know. I was gonna do Belushi as one of the kids, but then I'm like, I wanted to do people that are like, because they were kids, I wanted them to be alive still. Like, I don't know why, but like.
Oh, I see. Because I was like, Philip Seymour Hoffman's not alive, so
I know he's passed, but it's also fitting. He's passed and Chris Farley's passed, right? Like,
yeah.
But I was very happy with that. I finally felt that I did James's question justice.
Yes, I agree. I think we both did.
So let's just get into this next before we get into the rest of the episode. I got 4 for you now, and we're gonna do what you did for me.
Oh, I don't have one for you though.
Come on now. Anything that comes to your beautiful little mind. Here, you know what? I'll take one of mine away, so it's only 3.
No, you don't have to do that.
I did it. It's done. It also doesn't fit. I have a theme for this.
Okay. Give me the top 5 greatest action movies.
I'm doing the Muppets for you, Chris.
Muppets?
You need to give me every Muppet. No.
Oh, geez.
So
okay, go ahead. 4.91 rating. We're gonna split the Airbnb.
Ryan. I guess he's been listening to us a little too much before we get into everything else. I think he's been listening to us a little much because he sent us a message saying he was looking up Airbnb and it came up Barry for his, so you might as well join us here on the dark side. We could have fun. We could do things. We could chuck snowballs at raccoons and such.
Go tap some trees and get some maple syrup.
Yeah, fresh tree milk. Okay. 1, 2, and 3, Chris. What are you picking?
Lucky number 3.
Lucky number 3. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you on who you recast, because I'm going to let that be your choice. But number 3 is Spaceballs.
Oh, nice.
So I had a theme for this. I had Star Wars 1, The Phantom Menace, Star Trek 1, The Motion Picture, or Spaceballs.
I'm glad I didn't get Star Trek because I've never seen it.
Yeah, neither did I. Star Trek sucks.
Yeah, so Spaceballs. I love Spaceballs.
So
maybe
maybe
probably
like
my second favorite Mel Brooks movie.
there you go. So I want you to recast Spaceballs.
Awesome. I love it.
Awkwardly though.
Yes,
And
that'll
then
be fun.
What is mine?
I am going to give you Die Hard.
With a vengeance or regular?
OG Die Hard.
I'm fine with this.
Yes. I think that would be. I literally asked ChatGPT to give me the top 5 greatest action movies, and it listed Die Hard. So
I listed Die Hard 5 times.
No, it actually listed Die Hard, The Terminator, Mad Max Fury Road, The Dark Knight, and The Raid Redemption.
Raid Redemption was a great movie. So was Fury Road, though.
Fury Road was
Fury
awesome.
Road was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there we go, James.
Die Hard, yeah.
There we go, James. You're starting a segment on our show that I actually had a lot of fun doing. So thank you for that. I'm going to do my little notepad thing here, and I'm going to get it ready for Die Hard so I don't have to listen to this shitty episode again to find out.
Yeah,
find out what I got.
I'm just like Spaceballs. There's probably like I could probably do like 6 characters. I think I'm just trying to because there's a lot of characters in that movie.
Yeah, like you know what? Like let's just say let's just give a number right now. Like if you can do between 6 to 10 for both of us. Like
yeah.
Use your judgment, but do between 6 to 10.
Yeah, I like that.
Right? And you know what? Now, if we ever get a guest on the show again, we're going to get them to do it too.
We can make them do live on the spot without telling them, and then just make it really awkward.
No, because then half the episode will be, you won't get those moments like you almost spitting out water when I said Rosie Perez.
Why are you so stupid?
Hey,
stupid.
I'm not gonna lie. Rosie Perez and White Man Can't Jump. Shaw Wing.
Oh yeah, I watched White Man Can't Jump within the last couple of months.
I thought you were gonna say when you were a kid, over and over.
I did watch it when I was a kid at a young age where I probably shouldn't have watched it.
I'm just saying.
Bahoobies.
So you know me. I am
no, I don't know you. Nice.
You know me. I like to go into things with an open mind, and I generally don't hate things.
Okay.
But I saw something that Peter would say that really grinded my fucking gears.
Is this another segment?
This is not a segment. This is just something that I've been holding on to since I saw it. And I'm like, I'm going to bitch about this on the podcast.
Let's hear it.
So I have been recommended this movie by several people, and I would like my life back. The minutes of my life that I lost. I watched Damsel.
Oh, yes. Okay. You told me about this. I didn't watch it because you told me not to.
I come into things and I am very open-minded. I like to see the best in a lot of things. I very rarely dislike something. What the fuck, Damsel? What the fuck? It has the most pacing issues I have experienced in a long time with a movie. The movie itself had no continuity, really. Like, it just things happened because they happened. Not like it didn't have any sense to it. So for those of you who don't know, what's her name? Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. The only good thing about that movie.
What about Robin White?
No, I didn't care. I like her normally. I could give 2 craps about her.
Okay.
I was so maybe if I wasn't so off put by the movie itself, I would have thought of it different. But like after the first 20 minutes. Your daughter loves that film. You got to disown your daughter. I'm sorry. That movie
when I saw the preview for it, Paul and I saw it. I'm like, this looks amazing, and I sent it to you, and you're like, we're watching it now. And then you told me later on that to never watch it, that it was horrible. Yeah, it's got a 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
I would rather watch M. Night Shyamalan's version of Avatar: The Last Airbender while playing E.T. the video game than watch this movie again. And again, I don't know what it is. I'm not its target audience. It just did not hit with me at all. Like, so the whole premise is there's a dragon that its lifeline gets taken out. The king goes and kills a dragon egg, which is the dragon's last child, and now the dragon can't have kids, so the lineage is over. But why was she upset anyway? If that's her child, she's not going to have sex with her child and then have weird mutant dragon babies. But whatever, I'm just saying it. She's upset that her baby, yes, her baby's dead, but it's not like her lineage was going to go on past that point if she was the last dragon anyway. Right? So I'm just saying that. Then these trained knights, soldiers, the dragon comes back, they go to fight them. The dragon breathes fire on them and melts them. Like just lava, just melts them, just like a hot knife through butter, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, dragon's breath, dragon's fire, huge, like it burns like everything else. That's what they say it's like. It's crazy hot. Awesome. That's fine. Millie Bobby Brown shows up, right? They sacrifice, the dragon now wants a sacrifice from the town. And I'm just paraphrasing it like everything here because I really don't want to give this movie more time than it needs. And they have to sacrifice a female princess to, I guess, to pay, like to say sorry to the dragon for what they did to the dragon's egg and all this bullshit. And what happened was Millie Bobby Brown got thrown into the cave.
Night, James.
Night, James. Have a good night. She got thrown into the cave. This whole like thing happened where she realizes what's going on and she sees the dragon and she picks up a sword and the dragon breathes fire on her and she just stabs the dragon in like the throat area and the dragon's fire hits her and she just takes off the outer layer of her dress and then starts running. So I'm like, how did it melt Knights?
But not
her magical dress, right? So then she's running away from this dragon and doing all. There is some cool like little action things where she's doing shit, but there's a map on the wall, right? There's a map on the wall of the cave. Who fucking has time to run back and forth when the dragon is going to eat you to go, okay, hold on, I'm gonna run. Okay, I can't go. And then they come back and then they write this goddamn map on the wall. Who does this? So all this shit happens. She fights the dragon again. She is like not even a warrior. She's like a farmer princess kind of thing. And then her sister shows up, but you don't know why her sister showed up. Like there's no reason why the sister was, and then her sister's gone as soon as she comes because her sister just shows up to throw a fucking sword at the Millie Bobby Brown. And then the end of the movie, the dragon and Millie Bobby Brown become friends. What the fuck, man? Seriously. I am not overly critical of movies. Fuck, I want my life back. That time, however long that movie was, brother. I already invested the 20 minutes and I'm like, I can't leave. You know, when you're like, I'm here. I got to finish this. Maybe it's going to get better. That movie did not get better. See, we just lost 2 people because we were talking about I was bad mouthing Damsel. Worst movie. If anything, I feel that movie has done damage to her career.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
This is not a ramble record repeat opinion. This is a Fraser Howell opinion. I like things. I have a business card here. Check out Fraser Howell. I like things. I did not like Damsel. I would rather go over to Yokozuna and suck a fart out of his ass and hold it like a bong hit than watch Damsel again.
Wow. That's wow. Okay.
Yokozuna.
Yeah. No, I got you. And he's been dead for a very long time.
I know.
So. Wow. Okay.
I've been holding on to that for a while, though.
I can tell.
There was a lot of good that happened, not in that movie, but in other things.
Yeah.
Other shows that I've watched that have redeemed that. But I also have a feeling that was just Netflix trying to strike in the sci-fi kind of like Dragon-esque kind of genre while the iron is still hot, almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they just missed the mark.
Well, there's that new show. Not now. I guess you're done your rant, so I can talk about it. There's a new show on Netflix right now too, sci-fi one. Trying to remember what the hell it was called. It's a 2-parter. It has Jax in it from Sons of Anarchy. And I saw it and I'm like, oh, that looks like a really good show. Charlie Hunnam is in it. Charlie
Like
Hunnam.
the sci-fi series.
Yeah, what's a movie? What the hell's it called? Just trying to look. Rebel Moon.
Oh, that was what's it called? Schneider, Jack Schneider.
Yeah, Zack Snyder did it. Rebel Moon.
So
I haven't. So okay, so yeah, I haven't watched it, but I saw highlights for the sequel, part 2, and it literally looks like it's just a Star Wars ripoff. They're literally fighting with lightsabers and stuff, like 100%.
Someone went to tell me about it. They're like, I go, what is Rebel Moon, man? I'm like, first off, I call them Jack Schneider. It's Zack Snyder. I know you corrected it, but I think Jack Schneider sounds cooler. Change your name legally. I asked somebody what Rebel Moon was, and they said it was Byway Star Wars.
The bargain store Star Wars.
Byway Star Wars. Kmart Star Wars.
Okay. So I'm glad I haven't watched it, but
I heard like Atom Project, even though they weren't lightsabers, but they were kind of lightsabers, was cooler than Rebel Moon.
Yeah, but it was legit, like full blown lightsabers.
I should probably get rid of the sucks ass off of our. I didn't realize I had to click. Okay, hold on. You said something else. They try, they really do, but a damn mess. Okay. So, Ryan, do you think I would have reacted about that the same way I did about Damsel? Almost turned into the Hulk. The problem is, I think Snyder's really good at writing comics, but when it comes to movies, it's really hard for him to get his vision that he would get in the comics into like actually into. What are you yawning at? Why are you yawning at, Chris? I think it's too hard for him to get his vision onto into the actual screen to make it look good.
Yeah.
In the movie. In a comic, someone can draw it. It's really easy. Some of the comics he's done has been really, really good. Unfortunately, Schneider's version of Justice League was much better than the original one that was done by Whedon. Yeah, Josh Whedon.
I didn't watch either version.
Snyder's one is much better. It is 4 hours.
Yeah, well,
but they break it up. They do break it up. They actually have titles and they break it up so you can you could treat it like it's 4 separate TV shows.
Yeah.
But realistically, I think he should just stick to comics. He overcomplicates things, and I understand it's really, really, really hard to not be influenced by things.
Yep.
Especially when other stuff has come out, but because Star Wars was influenced by samurai stuff, or Jedis at least were, right? So it's kind of and the smugglers were influenced by westerns and shit like that. So it's hard, but I guess it's a direct ripoff as opposed to being inspired by.
Well, I know, yeah, exactly, because I know Josh and Derek. I don't know if you listened to the latest retro. Sorry,
not so special.
Not so special.
First off, they're Jarek now.
Jarek. They were talking about Dune and how Dune was before Star Wars, and that Star Wars took things from Dune, and so did other sci-fis took stuff from Dune. So, but that's more of an homage, like you said. It's inspiration, not
as opposed
to a direct
to
rip-off. Yeah.
Well, look at that what the comedian did, right? That Harry Potter is just Star Wars with shitty lightsabers.
Oh,
and when the guy did that whole rant, it's completely true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I think it's really hard to find a unique storyline now where, especially when so much has been done in movies and TV shows, where it's
Simpsons did it.
Simpsons did it. But yeah, I heard Rebel Moon was very much so not worth a watch.
I watched another movie though. Speaking of Charlie Hunnam, and I loved this movie.
I gotta see who this Charlie Hunnam is.
You don't know who Charlie Hunnam?
I don't know names.
Look him up.
Charlie Hunnam. Oh yeah.
You know who he is.
I'm Charlie Hunnam.
Go back to 2013, and I watched it on Netflix because it said it Pacific Rim. Exactly.
Oh, he was great. He was great in Pacific Rim.
Yeah. I'm only popping on the films because Hodge has Panic Restaurant in his Nest collection. He's only pooping on the films.
You can poop on whatever you want. I also heard bad things about Rebel Moon, but maybe you should have said it was good, so then Chris watch it. Then the next episode, Chris would have been like, "Oh god damn it!" I was angry about the other shit. Yeah, he was really good in Pacific Rim.
I've never seen that before.
Really?
I loved it. I thought it was
Pacific
so
Rim
fun.
1 is better than Pacific Rim 2.
Yeah, well, and Charlie Day was awesome in it. Idris Elba, I love him. He's great. Ron Perlman was pretty funny. But
Ron Perlman,
the concept of it, like, I know it's taken from like Godzilla and stuff, but
Kaijus.
taken to the nth degree, and to see the creatures up close when they're fighting them and stuff, like, considering it was a 2013 movie, I thought it looked pretty damn good.
Yeah. But, like, I'm also a fan. Like, so the second one, the only thing that really had me going was I like John Boyega, and he was in it.
Okay.
I think. Hold on, let me just see who the director.
The second one takes place like right after the first. Well, not right after, but
like a year or something
after the first.
John Boyega, I believe, is Idris Elba's son. I think he's Idris Elba's son. Yeah, it's Guillermo del Toro. So I like Guillermo del Toro stuff.
Did he do both of them?
I think he did just the.
He did the first one. I know.
I don't.
Yeah, no. Stephen DeKnight did the second one.
Yeah,
John Boyega from Star Wars, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it. And he's
wow, he looks so different from Star Wars and then now. Like, he's lost some weight and stuff.
He's bulked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he plays Idris Elba's son.
Okay, that makes sense.
Second one. Very good. Not as amazing as the first one, but the first one was really good.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. I liked it.
I'm glad you liked that one. It was a good movie.
Mm.
Well, here comes Ryan to poop on it.
That's because I got Panic Restaurant and he doesn't.
If he comes to Barrie, you could steal it.
He could, but then he'd also have to come to Wasaga Beach.
He'd come in there, goes what a really shitty burglar outfit on.
The hamburglar outfit.
That'd be hilarious. So I guess I can talk about things that I liked that I've watched now.
Sure. What's
got
something
rid of the
you
hate?
Like you got rid of that hate.
Invincible season 2, part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, so good.
Chef's kiss.
So good.
The right amount of gore. I was waiting, and this is going to be a spoiler part. If you haven't seen it, feel free to leave if you haven't seen it. I don't know, come back in like 3 hours, maybe. When I was waiting for Mark to let go, I was waiting for that moment because he had so much pent up, but he's like, I don't want to be like my dad. I don't want to be like my dad. And then when he finally just
lost it,
go. Oh, I love that when and the thing is though, his reaction was how we would be like if someone was threatening your family. He's like, don't ever threaten my family. I'm like, I felt that. It was so good, so bloody good. I loved Optimus Prime as the head of the coalition of planets, like the voice actor for Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
it was really good. I liked the Invincible comic, so I knew I was going to like the show, but they just did a really good job.
The only thing that I think disappointed me was just how it ended, but that's because it's going to be the next season, right? Like, they left you on that big cliffhanger of
I think they're already starting it. Like, I don't.
Think they are. Yeah,
I think they were doing 2 and 3 at the same time.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So I think that's why they kind of left it like that. I loved Rex. Rex has grown on me so much. Rex
yeah.
Just with the freaking hand, and he starts punching him in the face. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's grown as a character. That's for sure.
Huge. Everybody's, and I'm happy he's finally left Amber.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Amber is such a liability, and I'm not trying to be mean. It's just she is such a liability. Like, they're like, I don't know, like the chemistry between the two kids, like the voice actors, was like not even there.
Yeah,
like it was like, but maybe they were acting that way. They were acting it like it was just like more of a strain than fun to be in a relationship together.
See you, Ryan.
Ryan, you smell like beets. But yeah, it's I loved it. See, he's leaving because we're talking about Invincible, and I badmouthed Damsel, and he got upset. Invincible was good, and then the next thing, I'm not done it yet. You were just talking about it right before we started, but X-Men 97, episode 5. Wow! All I gotta say is,
we can't
remember it.
Yeah, episode 5.
It.
Like,
again, spoilers, but
yeah.
You know what? I did not feel bad about Magneto. I did not. I thought he went out like a puss.
Yeah.
even if for whatever reason he did not die and he is still there, like he just did not. I thought the Master of Magnetism would have put up more of a fight. He's fighting a giant metal monster. I thought he would have put up more fight, but Gambit, everyone thought he was just some chump.
You should have put some. You gotta put some spoilers.
I did. It's going to be spoilers. I already said it for Invincible. It's carrying on.
Okay.
Remember it. It kicked back. There was a moment in the original series where he's like, the name's Gambit, mon ami. Remember it. And you're like, it had nothing to do with anything. You're like, what is this here? Yeah. And then it just comes full circle when he fucking takes out that Sentinel.
Yeah.
But in turn, and then that end part where Rogue's touching him and she's like, I can't feel you.
Feel him. Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, and Gambit, like I showed you, Gambit's like my favorite X-Men. I have a really nice, let me see if I can grab it. Hold on. It's over here. I got it.
Lean.
There we go. I got a really nice artwork done by a Canadian artist, Agnes. And she did a Gambit for me. Really nicely done in red too. I'm like, oh, that's perfect color for Gambit. And then my friends, when I was younger, got me the first appearance of Gambit graded like 9.2 or 9.3, like actual graded. My only piece of nerd history that's graded. I've always been a fan of Gambit. He's just a badass, and he's like, he was a character that nobody thought anything of until like the moment where they needed him, and he wrecked shop. You have these freaking omega level mutants, and Gambit just comes in later, just charges the whole fucking thing.
Well, the one thing I do like is it feels like they're showcasing how powerful the mutants and the X-Men are now. Where
even more,
like back in the previous one, they weren't. Or like in the OG one, I don't think they were as powerful as what they're showing them as now.
To be fair, I don't think they had the ability to, like, that's like how they're doing it now. Animation and stuff has come such a long way.
That is true.
Cyclops is a badass. And when everyone gets caught, he's like, well, I'll meet you on the ground, team, and just flies down and then eye beams the ground. To me, my X-Men. Like, I think so. I grew up with X-Men more than Avengers. So to me, my X-Men is a much cooler battle cry than Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just when he did that, I was like, oh. And they're making Cyclops look like a badass. Wolverine is kind of like, he's
been kind of in the background.
To be fair, Wolverine had his moments in the original series.
Yeah.
Right? Same with Jubilee. Jubilee and Wolverine were bigger in the original series.
Yeah.
Morph is huge. Like he's got a little bit of everybody's power. Like he's changing into like Colossus.
The woman with the 6 arms.
And then what was the guy's name? The girl with the sword, Colossus's sister. I don't know her name, but she has the swords and she's pretty cool too. And then like all this shit. And then Storm. I love that. Storm, tell him the forecast. And she's like shooting lightning on the sand and it's turning to glass. And she's not like just screaming. She's actually like kicking ass. And there is surprisingly no Charles Xavier going. So it just, for me, it hit all things. The animation is good. Rogue is good. Rogue is so good.
You haven't seen the next episode yet, so
no,
I'm not saying anything.
I'm happy I got to see Nightcrawler. Love Nightcrawler.
Well, that's the one thing too I like is the
cameos,
intros. They changed the intro to what characters are currently around. So in one of the first couple episodes, Bishop is in the intro, and then he's gone now because he's gone to the future, and he's not in the intro. And then they added in Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's in the intro, and it's neat how they.
Well, I imagine probably the next. I haven't seen the new one, but I imagine probably the new one. Gambit's not going to be in it anymore, right? Because he's dead.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Cable's going to come back and change everything. Like
I don't want to say anything.
I have a feeling that is going to happen. Like they're going to have a big bad that they can't beat, and Cable's going to have to go back and stop it before.
You're going to learn some more stuff in that next episode.
Because I know Sinister is still
more after that.
Sinister is still a part of it. I just don't think Sinister is that big of a bad to kind of be doing it on his own. So I'm assuming, from what I know of X-Men, it's going to be like, I don't think it's going to be Apocalypse because they did do Apocalypse in the original series. It's going to be an Apocalypse level character, I think. Like,
so I don't want to say anything, but they introduced somebody in the next one, and I'm not 100% sure who it is, but you probably do.
Okay.
So
It's
that's
Jeff.
So,
Jeff, the taco guy.
I literally watched it before we
started recording.
Yeah,
but like, because again, like, Sinister is cool, but Sinister's not like a main.
I've always loved Mr. Sinister because of the cartoons, and I always wanted them to put him in the movies.
He would be such a creepy person to put in the movies.
He would be so good in the movies, right?
You know who I thought would have been a really good Sinister if they put him in the movies? The guy who played Superman. Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill.
Oh, Cavill.
Henry Cavill's got the build because Sinister's like big.
Yeah,
like, he is big and bulk because he takes powers, right? That's what he does.
Yeah.
And he like augments himself. And like the only ones that can hurt him is Jean and Scott.
Yeah, Scott's laser beams, right?
And even Beast is cooler. Like when the freaking Sentinel went to step on him and Beast used his super strength and just flipped the Sentinel.
Yeah.
They never showcase Beast's strength like that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting because I know I saw the preview last week of what's happening this episode, and I know Cap is in it. So I'm hoping it's like that old school, like Star Spangled, like how.
You do know he's in it. Okay.
Well, they showed the shield get thrown to the ground, so he's either going to be Cap or Bucky, but I'm assuming it's going to be Cap because Cap's had run in with the X-Men in the previous show. And I'm wondering if this is it. Like, I was talking to my brother about this, and like, is this going to be of their way of introducing the X-Men into the Marvel universe?
That would be kind of cool,
right? Or like, is this their way of like introducing a new series for modern times? Like this is
Captain America cartoon series.
No, X-Men. So this is my theory. What's going to happen? Something's going to happen. X-Men are going to try to fight this thing, whatever this thing, this monster, big bad is always a big bad guy. And they're not going to be able to do it. They're going to go back in time with Cable and fight it when they're able to. But when they go back in time and they do this, it changes the future. So then what's going to happen is X-Men 97 is going to end with them changing the future. And then a new X-Men cartoon show is going to start. And it's going to be with the changed time point because they've gone back in time.
Okay.
So that's going to be them segueing into a new X-Men cartoon.
Okay. Maybe.
That's my theory. I am also because it's hard to like say the introduction of the X-Men with that because like Deadpool and Wolverine trailer just dropped. Right? And you've seen that, right?
Yep.
And he's talking to Wolverine and he's like, I'm not a hero anymore. He's like, you were a hero. You were the X-Men. You were an X-Men. And like, so it's the first time in the MCU, X-Men has been mentioned at all.
Yeah.
But it looks, that movie going from X-Men 87 to the trailer for Deadpool Wolverine, just
Deadpool and Wolverine looks so good.
Hugh Jackman got fucking huge.
Yeah.
Did you see his arms?
Yeah. And so many cameos of past characters. Like they said, Toad, Lady Deathstrike,
the Russian from Punisher.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see that.
It's not Kevin Nash, but he's the Russian from Punisher.
Okay.
And then what's it called? Azazel, the teleporting red guy from X-Men Future
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. He's in it.
And then isn't the fast guy in it?
Quicksilver? No, it's the girl. It's the girl with the long hair. Callisto.
Oh, Callisto. Yeah, that's right.
And then there's a couple. Hold on, let me just see. Deadpool.
But I already said, and I messaged the group, you, me, and Derek and Josh are going to go on a big mandate, hopefully, to watch it on opening weekend.
I would be fine with this. But remember, like Josh said, Derek doesn't like movies that aren't on his phone.
That is true. They got to be little tiny movies on his phone that he watches while he does the dishes. So he's going to have to bring a buttload of dishes and watch the movie through his phone while we're at the theater.
Like, come on, Derek. Derek! So I'm trying to find that picture if I can. Lynn. But yeah, that one looks good. That fight between Wolverine and what's it called? Wolverine and Deadpool. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen right now.
Well, didn't they say that fight is choreographed from another movie or something? They said part of it.
Probably.
Like if you look at it, it looks like it's like from like Star Wars or something.
It feels very, but when Wolverine stabs him in the balls and then he's lying on top of Deadpool and Deadpool has both of his pistols just shooting Wolverine in the sides.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to share my screen.
Holding.
Please hold. Please hold.
Holding.
Well, there we go. There we go. So see, that's Azazel.
Yep.
Lady
Oh,
Deathstrike.
the Russian's on the right. Okay.
That's the Russian. He looks like the Russian.
It looks like it. Yeah.
That's Toad right there. He's hiding behind this. Or sorry, that's Toad right there.
Yeah. I don't know who the other one is. Though he's
This
bald.
guy? I don't know who he is either.
And then it's Ant-Man's head or helmet.
But we don't know if that's Hank Pym or Scott Lang.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that is the Russian. There's no way that could be anyone else but the Russian, because who else wears a shirt like that with the sleeves cut off? Like, if you like did a side-by-side picture.
It looks like him, although it looks like it's black and white, and the Russian was red and white. So
it's red. I'm looking on my screen, but that's Azazel and Lady Deathstrike for sure. I would love to see Liev Schreiber or Sabretooth.
Well, that's the thing. He's got to be in it, Sabretooth. They're just not showing it. They got to save some things, right?
Yeah, like, so I'm looking forward to this very much. This looks insane. The main villain is Professor X's sister.
Oh, is it?
The bald girl who goes like this and like, yeah, like that's Professor X's sister.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it looks so good. It looks so good. It's going to have the right amount of, it's kind of going to be like, I feel like it's going to.
Wilson's in it?
Because
Morbius,
because it's the TVA.
Oh,
from Loki.
Yeah, I haven't finished the second season of Loki.
Wow.
Wow. Jennifer Gardner's in it as Elektra?
Yeah, she was Elektra in the Marvel.
No, I know she was, but I didn't know she was in it.
They're bringing everybody from the Fox universe.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see who else is.
So you know what they said?
Colossus.
You know what they said is that. Well, he might be Colossus.
And Pyro, and Pyro is in it too.
Oh yeah, Pyro. I already saw him though.
That was like, the other guy, Pyro, I think.
So what they're saying is, because when they said that you let your universe down, I think what happened was they're playing off of what happened in X3, where Wolverine was supposed to kill Jean as the Phoenix.
Yeah.
But he wasn't able to, and he doesn't, and she destroys everything.
That would make sense, yeah.
Right? And then when they do everything, it's going to bring everything back. I just think it's going to be good. I think he's literally going to rewrite a lot of things that happen in the MCU. Like, I think Fahey is going to hopefully do something smart and go like, all of these shows that we wanted to do, they're going to have a part in Deadpool and Wolverine, but Deadpool's going to kill them.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do them anymore because it was overbloating too much.
And it says it's Tyler Mane as Sabretooth.
That's the original one.
Yeah, that's who's listed in the credits.
Okay, I can see that though. I think Shriver one would have been nicer, but maybe they kind of want to get as far away from that version of Wolverine and of Deadpool as possible.
Okay, I think I'm gonna like this even more. The director is Sean Levy.
Wasn't he his first X-Men?
He did Free Guy. He did Real Steel. He did Night at the Museum. He did The Atom Project.
So he's done a lot with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he's a Canadian. So I wonder if he's related to Eugene Levy.
I don't know. Everyone's related to Eugene Levy. He's like Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
but yeah, like, and then I heard Ryan Reynolds has like a bigger say in Marvel now. He's one of the creative, like, you know how they made like James Gunn like the head of DC.
Yep.
I think they made Ryan Reynolds one of the higher ups in terms of things that happen in Marvel, because he's a huge fan of following like the actual content, like the proper content, and like breaking things and changing characters when they need to be changed and not changing them for the sake of it. Like, I don't know. I heard that he had a lot of issues with Marvel with doing this. And he said, like, if you want, and every actor was like, if you want us in this movie, you have to do it the way Ryan wants to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Because like Disney was like, oh, you can't do this. Like Disney wanted to have like She-Hulk in it and the Marvels in it and stuff. And Ryan was like, why would they be in it?
Yeah.
Like they have nothing to do with this.
Huh.
Right. And obviously like Brie Larson and those guys wanted more money. And that girl who played She-Hulk was like, I need the money and blah, 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 blah. And it's like just a bunch of just egos, too many egos.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, Hugh Jackman is in it. And he's like, the only reason he's in it is because like Ryan Reynolds was like, we need to do this. People need to see Wolverine in the classic Wolverine outfit.
Well, that's the outfit. Yes.
Right. And with Deadpool, like they need to see that, because how long have we been wanting to see that?
I'm assuming they're going to do a bit on why he's wearing that outfit, or is it just that universe he wears it? I don't know.
I don't know, because if that's the same universe where Professor X was in that wheelchair in Multiverse of Madness, did you ever see the funny cut where it's like, this is Professor X from Charles Xavier, and he comes in, but they do like the Tony Hawk's thing where he's like, whoa,
yes,
like that. I don't know. I think this is gonna hit on the nostalgia button, like the Spider-Man No Way Home.
3
Was it
point.
No Way Home? Yeah, it was No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah, it was No Way Home.
Yeah.
I really feel that it's going to hit on nostalgia. When you had the 3 Spider-Man landing, it was like my generation of Spider-Man, my brother's generation of Spider-Man, and then like everything in between. So I'm like, I think this is going to do that because like I grew up, X-Men was one of the first superhero movies I went and saw. Like I saw Batman, but like X-Men, like it was a good movie. Right? I enjoyed X-Men. Stop yawning, Chris. Jeez Louise. And then I guess I also watched Fallout.
Okay, you did watch it.
2 episodes of Fallout, yeah.
Oh, I binge watched that. I watched all of it.
I watched it. I liked it. Ashley loved it. But she just started her new job the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
So she's kind of been like dealing with that. So I'm like, okay, because today's Thursday. I'm like, you're off tomorrow. Like you're not off tomorrow, but you're off the weekend.
Yeah.
Let's watch some Fallout tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Because we only saw the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. It's easy. It's such an easy watch.
It is. And like, what's his name? The ghoul.
Walter Goggins.
Goggins.
He's
such a badass.
So good. So good.
Everybody's good in it.
That show. So
Maximus.
I've never played a Fallout game ever.
Mm-hmm.
I tried playing 3, and I told you after I watched this, I've reinstalled Fallout 3. I want to try to play it again. But watching this, I know some of the stuff just from pop culture, right? And like caps and things like that. But this Radaway, yeah. This show, you don't need to be a fan of the series to enjoy it. As long as you like a post-apocalyptic style, worlds, fantasy, action, you'll like this. It's so good, such an easy watch, and amazing characters.
My brother said this best when we were talking about Fallout. He said the Fallout itself is the universe of Fallout, but it's not based off of any one story.
No, it's not.
It's brand new characters based in the universe that the game has already done.
Correct. 100%. Yep.
So
they'll probably make a game based off of the show.
So exactly like you said, you do not have to play the game. Like Ashley loves the show already.
Yeah.
And she's like, I really want to watch it. And I'm like, I know we can watch it like, afterwards when you're not like crazy going on with work and shit. But
it's like the meme of Leo DiCaprio where he's like, hey, pointing at the TV. That's this when you're watching the show because of all the references.
Like if you're a nerd, you'll get that much more out of it, but you can still watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right. So
exactly.
Really well done. Really well done so far. Visually, it's great. The fucking power armor looks good. Who is the guy in the fucking power armor? His name is escaping me right now. Who, like Maximus just lets die. He gets attacked by the bear.
Oh, that's
the comedian, right?
Yeah. What the hell's his name now? Just a sec. It was.
I'll see his stupid face.
Because I saw it, I had to look it up because I'm like, who? I'm like, I recognize that voice.
Yeah. He's such a dick. I didn't realize Eric Estrada was in this show.
Eric Estrada's in the show?
Apparently Eric Estrada's in the show.
Oh yeah, he's at who's ever Adam is.
Adam. And then Blind Al from Deadpool is one of the head girls.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of cool.
What the hell's his name?
His name was Knight.
Oh, and Matt Berry's in it too. I don't know if you've seen him yet. Matt Berry's the guy from
Mr.
He's
Handy?
the British guy.
Yeah. In New York City.
I like Thaddeus too. Johnny Pemberton. I've seen him in things. I don't know what.
I also like Zach Cherry, the chubby guy, the chubby lead.
Yes.
Guy.
Yeah,
he's running away. It's a good cast.
What's the character? Knight what?
It was Knight something.
Knight Titus. It was Titus.
Maximus.
Titus. Maximus is the main character. Titus is the guy. Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport, yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny how he
I'm wondering if he's just like a big fan of the series and they're let him play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just kill him. You're like, yeah, come in and kill him. He was
so the one question I have, but I don't know if you can answer this in discussing it. because you've only seen the first 2 episodes,
Yes.
but they're part of the story of this series follows the people living in the Fallout shelters.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different shelters.
So, do they address this in the games at all?
What, the different shelters?
The different shelters?
So yeah, the shelters were built as like a community. So people had personal shelters.
Yep.
And then there was community shelters.
Yep.
And the community shelters had different numbers. Shelter 32, shelter 31. Yeah. That's all it is. It's just
so they don't
nuclear war was
I don't want to give anything away because in the show there's a big plot story about the shelters and why they were built, and I don't want to say anything because it's going to I'll wait until you're done the series and we'll talk about it again.
It might be
I'm just curious if any of that's pulled from the video game or if they just did this for
I would
the
have
show.
to see it. I would have to see it.
I don't want to give anything away, so I'm going to stop there because
your thumb or my thumb?
My thumb. Yeah.
I felt so bad for his daughter. That fear, that girl was so good. Like that fear in her eyes. You're like, damn. And then Walter just grabs the horse.
Let's go. Yep.
It was good. I was very happy with everything. Very good show. If you haven't watched Fallout, go watch Fallout. Do not watch Damsel, but watch Fallout. You want to just do our random recommendation?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's do this. Bam. Bam.
The Ramble, Record, Repeat Random Recommendation.
Say that 5 times fast. Come on, I dare you.
No.
I might just leave that in. I like that song for that.
Yeah, of course.
So what do you got? My random recommendation is Damsel.
Well, my random recommendation was either going to be X-Men 97 or Fallout.
Do it.
I'm gonna go to Fallout because
remember mine was shrinking last one because I just talked about it in the episode, and then
I'm gonna say Fallout because it was so good. I watched it, I think all of it over the course of 2 days. I couldn't get enough of it. All the characters are amazing. I think they've already greenlit a second season. They already said that it's coming. I can't wait to see what they do. And everywhere online, all I can see now is people saying that since they've watched the show, they're loading Fallout back into play again. Like I think it's going to start a new group of people playing Fallout or replaying Fallout.
As of today, April 25th, Fallout has now got a PS5 update.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah,
because of that.
That's what I'm downloading right now. That's why I paused the download.
So should I be buying Fallout 4 and playing that over Fallout 3?
5. I like Fallout 4 more than Fallout 3. But that was so here's how it happened. When I played Fallout, I got into Fallout at Fallout 4. That's when I joined the Fallout game, and then I went back and played the other ones.
So Fallout 4 is which one? Maybe it is 4 I have. No, I don't.
You have to find your son. I need to find Sean.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one then.
You always have to find someone. That's a story.
Fallout 3 is the one where you start off as a baby.
This one, you're a mom and dad, and your kid gets taken. So you're either the female or the male character.
Okay, so that's the video I saw where it says beating Fallout 4 right away, and it's like, "Where's my son Sean?" And he
when you
goes up the elevator, and
you have
Sean's right there,
and
and
you
then
have
you just
10% luck. You're like, "Oh, hi," and then you go back down.
Yeah,
Fallout's, and they have mods. They've had the mods in it now. So like, I would just use the mods to make it look more like a wasteland and like overgrown with vegetation and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which would be fun. But yeah, I like Fallout 4. I would say personally, but that's the game I started with. I didn't start.
And there's a PS5 version of it
that just got released.
Is it physical or digital though?
If you have a physical copy of Fallout 4 on PS4, you can get the free upgrade to PS5.
Yeah, I don't. I'd have to buy the version.
You have a PS5?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Then dude, why not, man?
So I should just buy Fallout 4 and then play it on PS5.
Yeah. Just double check to make sure that is. But my brother was saying like no matter what version of the game you have, that's what you get. So I have the Game of the Year version, so I got all the DLC.
Okay.
Right. So
Fallout 4, $6.74 on the PlayStation Store.
Is that the PS5 one or the PS4 one?
I don't know.
It's a good game though. Fallout 4 is fun.
Standard edition PS4, $6.74.
Yeah.
Game of the Year edition, $53.49.
Game of the Year edition, 576.
Why is the Game of the Year? What's so different about that?
It's got like 7 expansions.
Oh, I don't need that. I just need. I've never even played the original games, so
It's fun. It's the same combat and stuff like that. I like building shelters. Like you can actually make like settlements and shit like that. And it's got like a little bit of like Minecraft where you build your settlement and you put guns up and turrets and you have to power them with electricity and all that shit.
That does sound fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did it like in a baseball diamond, and you have to name like it's cool. It's fun. And then like you get dog meat, and you get a dog.
You name it dog meat?
The dog's name is Dog Meat. You can't give it, you could probably give it another name. I don't remember, but his name is Dog Meat to begin with. And you get him right at the beginning of the game.
Well, maybe I'm going to have to get Fallout 4 then.
And the main song to that game is The Wanderer.
I'm the wanderer. I'm the wanderer. I go roam around.
Yeah, and that was a commercial. I remember that. So, hey, shut up.
That was my recommendation is Fallout, the TV show.
My recommendation is getting your modem moved by Bell. No, I'm probably gonna go with Invincible. Like I could do X-Men 97, but they could make a really bad change and make me hate it. I doubt it.
No,
Invincible second season. I just told a coworker about it. I'm like, you got to watch Invincible. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna read you my texts from my coworker. Let me see. I got to find them. Okay, here we go.
Oh, somebody's got Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition, $20.
Mm-hmm. So here we go.
Okay, sorry.
So no, don't be sorry. Okay? Let me see. I go. You got to watch Invincible. You need to watch it. He's like, "What's so good about it?" I'm like, "Just fucking." I'm like, "This is me saying to him. Just fucking watch Invincible." I'm not gonna watch it. I don't have time for this. I'm like, "Dude, you're gonna love it." The next thing I get is from episode 3. Holy fuck, Optimus Prime's voice. Holy fuck, Rex is amazing. Jesus Christ, Rex is great. Holy fuck, Mark is fighting even better. Jesus Christ, I miss my wife. Holy fuck, Alan the Alien. This is literally his comments to me. And the unforgettable character, Duct Tape Man. Like just like all of this shit. Like it was funny. So that is a written. Was a testimonial from a coworker of mine who I told to watch Invincible. So Paulo wants you to go watch Invincible.
Those are some good reactions.
It is. The show itself is like realistically, I think which is why you can connect to it more. If someone fucks with your family and you have superpowers, I would do the same thing that Mark would do.
100%. Yeah.
Right. It's like, don't hurt my family. Like that's all it is. And I think that's why you can connect so well with the character. Like, it's like, no, it's not like you have this moral code. I'm sorry, man. If I got fucking Superman strength and someone like breaks my mom's arm, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like I was just watching a clip from X-Men First Class when they're fighting Shaw and Magneto and him are fighting back and forth and they're in the ship and everything like that. And then Magneto takes the helmet off and Charles freezes him. And he's like, I just wanted to let you know, I agree with everything you said. I believe the mutant are the future and then humans are not. I'm not fighting for the mutants, but I want to tell you one thing, even though I do agree with you, something happened. It just turns, you killed my mother. So literally they have the same views on their people, but like Magneto, man, you killed his mom and he just killed that guy. Like it was just nothing. That's it though. And in that moment, you're like, even though Magneto is a dick, I connected with him because I'm sorry if someone killed my mom.
Yeah, you're gonna react.
Or like my kid or my wife.
Threatening them.
Superpowers.
Yeah.
Bam. So just hope I don't get superpowers. So that's my recommendation. Even if you haven't watched season 1, watch season 1, watch season 2. They're easy to watch. It's like Fallout. You can just put it on. It doesn't feel sluggish.
Yeah.
So I would really say that's a good watch for anyone that wants a cool superhero show that's not like the normal superhero. There's funny bits in it. There's gory bits in it. There's badass moments.
It's
first
definitely
episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing he said. Literally, he's like, the first episode. What the fuck? I didn't see that happening. And literally, right? It's like it's really well done. watch it because Lord knows how long it's going to be around for. They could just cancel it at any moment, right? Like TV shows now.
Yeah.
And Seth Rogen's in it.
Yeah, he's good in it as alien. The alien. Alan. He doesn't do the laugh though.
That's it. For those of you that are wondering what Alan's power is, he's like Doomsday. Even the Hulk, like radical genetic adaptation. He gets killed one way. When he comes back, he can't be killed like that anymore. He's stronger, more durable. So if they're, whoa, what happened there?
I don't know.
Okay. Is Paula giving elbow drops to the rabbits?
I think everybody's okay.
But that's it. Gonna end my random recommendation there. Also, a shout out to Ashley getting a job at Molson Coors. Congratulations!
All the free beer you can have.
All the Molson beer you can have. So if you want some Coors original, once was Coors Banquet. Chris, let me know.
Yes, Coors Banquet. Let's
man. She came home with some swag. I got this nice glass. It's a
Strongbow. Strongbow's not
don't
bad.
drink it, but it's a nice glass. So this is now my Buble glass.
Yeah, she had a good time.
Yeah, she went to Milwaukee for onboarding.
Milwaukee.
You know what's funny? I did that, and someone at work said Milwaukee. And then, what was the other one? Is like we did an Austin Powers quote, and then we did a Wayne's World quote. It was 2 Mike Myers quotes. But yeah, it was good. She had a really good time. The one thing I was saying to her is I just want her to work at a place that'll grow her and grow with her and appreciates her. Yeah. Like treats. I don't care about money. Like, yeah, it's nice, but I want that quality of life at work. Because the last places she was working, I think even before Motif and all those other places, they just treated her like she was like a disposable.
Yeah.
Like a lot of places do, right? Like you're just like a small gear in the big.
Yeah.
But now here, like they were like, she came in and like she ran to her office like the first day when she was actually back in Toronto and Molson. People were clapping and yelling welcome. You know what they said to her? Like, you know how a lot of places, like, you know, you had to thank them for giving you the opportunity. The first thing they said to Ashley was, thank you for choosing Molson's.
Really? Nice.
Yeah. What company does that?
That's good. That's a nice organization. I like that.
Yeah, right? So she gets a pension, like on top of the CPP.
Yep.
And she gets a bonus at the end of the year if the products that she works on sells well.
Nice. And
she has... I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but she's not doing like restaurants. She's doing like stores. Like that's what the area she's working. So like Walmart, Costco, places like that. And she has a team underneath her. So she's not even like the graphic designer anymore. She's the project coordinator.
Yeah.
So she's like the boss. And then she has like the group of people underneath her. And she's like, I don't know. But I've been telling her, I'm like, this is like the next inevitable step of her career, right? You were doing graphic design for 15 years.
Yeah.
Longer. You need this. You need this experience. Otherwise, you're going to be doing graphic design
forever.
Like, because you look at senior, like, there's really not many openings for senior graphic designers because they go to the art director role or the project coordinator role. It's mainly junior and intermediate because the senior ones want bigger responsibilities.
Yeah.
So it's good for her. It's the next thing. And then I had an interview on Saturday for instructor at the TTC. So we'll see where that goes. I haven't heard anything yet.
Teach people how to drive the bus.
Teach people how to drive. But the guy said that I had a leg up because I had 15 years in the construction industry, and it's not just bus, it's bus maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be doing the people training for like how to use forklifts and all that stuff. And I'm like, hey, keep in mind, it's been like 5 years. And he's like, the guy said to me, he's like, do you still know how to weld? I go, well, yeah. Do you still know how to do this? I go, yeah. He's like, your learning curve is going to be a lot less than someone who's never done it.
Yep. Yeah, and you have the computer background for
that's the other thing. He's like you know
stuff.
how to use Word, Excel, all this stuff. You know how to do this, and you've been driving for 5 years. So he's like, he didn't like say because he obviously just doesn't want you to get your hopes up in case it doesn't work out. But it's like he's like, oh, this is really good. I'm like, oh, I didn't think this was a bonus, but awesome.
Nice, yay.
So we'll see what happens because that's Monday to Friday, 7 to 3.
I know that's so good. I've got my fingers crossed. My fingers crossed. My toes crossed.
So that's the other thing, though. I sent them an email yesterday or the day before, just a ChatGPT email going, "Thank you so much for the opportunity." Blah blah. Actually, no, I'll read it to you. I gave ChatGPT what I wanted to say.
Yeah, and just say, make it better,
make it fancy. And they did it. They did it, and they made it so much fancier. He goes, "Good afternoon." I'm not going to say his name. I hope this message finds you well. I want to extend my sincerest gratitude for the opportunity to interview for the instructor position with OTC. It was a pleasure to discuss the role and the valuable contributions I could make to your team. I thoroughly enjoyed the whole process, and I'm even more enthusiastic about the prospect of joining OTC. The dedication of everyone I met during this interview process reaffirmed my belief that this is an organization where I can thrive and make a meaningful impact. Thank you again for this opportunity. Warm regards. My name and my badge number.
I love it.
Like, ChatGPT, but they haven't responded to it yet. So I'm just like,
oh no.
I'm like, the guys were so quick to respond to me when I was asking questions and crap like that. Guess what the presentation was they wanted me to do?
What was it?
I had to do a 20-minute presentation, and the topic was my favorite board game.
Really?
So
that's like perfect for you.
You know the board game that I always bring to your house, and I got Paulo to make those 3D pieces for? Suro?
Yep.
That was the game I picked.
Okay.
And I literally did like a PowerPoint presentation, put my pictures in there, all that
That's
crap.
awesome. That's so cool that they did that. Yeah.
And I was shy. I was 17 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's still
I'd rather be under than over.
Yes. Yeah,
right?
You don't want to go over, and 17, you're just about there.
Yeah, and then the interview went like 30 minutes. So it was an interview process, a presentation process, then a driving test. Yeah. And it took me my thing started at 7:30 in the morning and on Saturday, and I didn't leave there until like 10:30.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So 3 hours. Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, like I said, I got my fingers crossed for you.
Your eyes,
open,
your nipples,
my eyes.
And your toes. I can't cross my eyes.
You can't do that?
No. By the way, before we leave, I just want to say one thing. Cody finished the story.
Yes, right?
Adrenaline.
I didn't watch it, but I looked it up the next day, and then somebody had the clip somewhere, so I watched the last couple minutes of that match where everybody comes out.
to be honest, the only thing I thought felt weird was Undertaker showing up because it should have been Austin.
And the video I watched, it was a guy ringside recording it, and it was after The Rock came out. They're like, Austin 360. They kept yelling, thinking, or wait for the glass to shrink.
Austin should have came out. In all honesty, the rivalry Austin had with The Rock was The Rock had a rivalry with Undertaker,
but not
as big as Austin.
Yeah, I was a little shocked that it was Taker. It just seemed a little out of place.
But I think also because Taker's Mr. Mania.
But then why? The other thing I was a little confused about is why did they have Seth Rollins come out to the Shield music?
Because he kept saying to Cody that he's going to be a Shield.
Oh, okay.
But did you see how slow he was and how fucked up his leg was?
Yeah.
When he took the bump, his leg actually went did that. It did almost the Sid Vicious broken leg.
Yeah.
He's beaten up.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn with his
that was moment. So good too. I was shocked that happened.
Yeah, Gunter kicked everyone's ass, but I love his finisher, the haluva kick.
Mm-hmm.
I just love it because he sells that so it's almost like a Sweet Chin Music where you can run into the kick and then you just fall into the pin afterwards. It just works. And then him and Gable are going to have a rivalry, which is going to be good.
Yep.
What else is there?
Rhea had to give up the title.
I heard, and Becky Lynch won it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
just give some other buddy. I'm just saying, whatever.
And the tag titles to freaking Miz,
R-Truth and Miz.
Yeah,
and then the other two. Yeah. Who's the other two that won it? Oh, Austin Theory and
yeah. I'm not a big fan of theirs.
And Jeff and Damian Priest winning the championship.
That was cool. Yeah,
gotta love that. Drew McIntyre
he got screwed over by
booked over.
Yeah,
but to be fair, Roman Reigns had that too. Yeah. Roman Reigns won the title, and then Seth Rollins came in and took it from him. Right?
Yeah, cashed in. Yeah,
this could be a whole nother episode, so we're gonna stop this here.
Yeah, we lost to everybody that was listening. They're like, "Oh, wrestling talk. We're not listening anymore."
We're just saying he finished the story, and I will say that moment when he pinned him. And when he did the 1, 2, 3, and Michael Cole said, "Finish the story," iconic. That's all I'm saying. Yep. You can. I'm going to play the outro, and we'll just talk a little bit here. Here we go. So feel free to follow me on R3 underscore podcast at X. And you?
I'm at Nintendo Hodge on X and Instagram and YouTube, and go watch me get my Panic Restaurant.
And OnlyFans.
And what?
And your OnlyFans.
My OnlyFans, yes.
Yep. And your Pornhub account. Bye.
Bye.